Zanuck, right here on AM 1160 and FM 101.1.
Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank on WCCS. Our interview presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Church of the Good Shepherd, wrong church there. Our Lady of the Assumption in Coral is getting ready for a big fundraiser. It is their Taste and Tour. And joining me right now is Terri Tedeschi with Our Lady of the Assumption Parish in Coral. How are you doing this morning?
I'm well. Thank you for asking.
I apologize about that flub.
It's fine. It's fine.
But we know that there's going to be good doings over at Our Lady of the Assumption. And in this case, it is a taste and tour. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about how this will work.
Okay, and even before I start telling you about what's going to happen, then I want to give you a little bit of background of how we came up with this idea.
Sure.
Our parish, Our Lady of the Assumption, has two separate sites. We have the Coral site that used to be called St. Francis. Mm-hmm. It's made up of the community of Coral and Grayston, basically. And then we have the Luzerne site, which is made up of people from Luzerne Mines and basically Homer City.
Right.
Our churches were founded from immigrants. And it's wonderful because they still hold on. Many people still hold on to their ethnic roots. Of course, the immigrants brought their own recipes and their traditions with them. And so we wanted to do something where our parishioners could share their recipes with everyone.
Oh, wow.
And that's where we came up with this idea, Taste and Tour.
Okay, so now you're getting to one of my favorite topics,
okay.
Food.
Food, right.
Yeah, so how many people are going to take part in this?
Well, we have a variety of people. I can't even give you probably about 25, 30 people that will be coming together to prepare some of these foods.
That sounds great. And you said that this was kind of inspired by the fact that people are continuing to share their traditions.
Right, how wonderful. And you're much younger than I am, but I remember growing up in Coral, and I came from an Italian family. We had a Slovak neighbor who taught my mother how to make her stuffed cabbage. My mother taught her how to make ravioli, and I know that her children continue to make it.
Isn't it wonderful how great relationships can come through the sharing of traditions and food and things like that. So obviously there's going to be a lot of great traditions that are shared. Have you gotten any word yet from some of the participants as to what they're bringing?
Oh, yes. We pretty much have our menu set. And I'm going to start with something that many of your listeners may not be aware of. It's called pagach.
Pagach.
Yes.
I'm not even aware of it.
It's basically a Slovak, maybe a Polish type food. And it's a kind of pie, I guess. It has a top crust and a bottom crust, and it's filled with potatoes and a little bit of onions. You can kind of put your own twist on it.
So kind of like a pot pie in that regard.
Similar, but it's much thinner.
Much thinner. Okay. All right. I'm used to those big deep dish pot pies. So this would be something thin. And you said this was a Polish tradition.
I would say Polish, possibly Slovak.
Okay. What other things can you tell us?
Well, we're going to have also Italian, of course. We always have Italian.
Yes.
And we're trying to change from last year. Last year we had wedding soup and hot sausage for Italian. This year there will be stuffed shells with ricotta and spinach and a Tuscan salad.
Oh, that actually sounds very good.
Yes.
And nothing wrong with Italian wedding soup and hot sausage, but it's nice to get a variety from within the cuisines each year. So 25 to 30 people each making their own individual dishes. How hard is that to coordinate?
Well, it is a little bit difficult. And we do have a wonderful group of volunteers, too, that will come together. And, of course, they'll help that day to serve. We hope to have about 15 stations. So you'll walk around to each station and you can take a sampling of whatever you want, or you can pass if you don't want.
So we're not talking about a big cafeteria-style dinner. We're talking more like maybe one or two bites in a dish, or a spoonful or something like that.
And by the time you get around there, you'll have a large dish of food. Even last year, people, this is only our second year we've done it, and they were very happy that a lot of them had food to take home.
Any desserts on the menu?
We do have desserts. We're going to have scones,
yum.
homemade by someone who knows how to make them, biscotti, and we have a Cuban lady that's going to be making a Cuban dish, and she makes a lovely guava cookie.
Guava cookies. Wow, that's.
Yes.
Now, I don't think I've ever had guava at all, but
It's wonderful.
but you mentioned scones. That hits my British heart right there.
Yes, yes, and also it's Kitty, our secretary.
Oh, wonderful.
She's wonderful. She participates in everything that we do, and she has an Irish background.
Mm-hmm.
She's making shepherd's pie this year too.
Oh, yum! Yeah, shepherd's pie. That I'm hoping in the traditional sense. Then, well, we won't talk about ingredients.
Well, yes,
but,
that's what the idea is, though. The people that really know how to make these dishes, they've been making them for years, will be sharing them.
So if you walk out of there and you're still hungry, it's your own fault.
Exactly.
So when is this taking place?
It's taking place a week from Sunday, June 9th, from noon to 3, and it will be in our choral hall.
Okay, that's the little hall adjacent to the church?
Yes, because like I said, we have 2 sites, but it will be at our choral
At the choral site, yes. So right along there, just make the turn off of 119, and you're just about there. And what time does it start again?
It starts at noon, and it will be from noon to 3. It's basically you can sit and share, break bread with your neighbors or make new friends, or you can also have a takeout meal if you'd like.
And isn't that a wonderful thing, being able to, as you said, break bread? Because that was one of the things that God wanted us to do. He wanted us to break bread and to share good relationships with our neighbors.
Right, like it used to be too. Remember how we all grew up? Too bad the world can't be that way now.
Well, maybe it can be someday again.
Right, I hope so. Let's hope.
And this is being used as a fundraiser for the church, obviously.
Right.
Is there anything specific that these funds are going to be directed towards?
Well, just to help with some basic needs that we have around the church, some little, like we have painting and things like that.
What else can you tell us about some of the goings-on over at Our Lady of the Assumption in Coral?
Well, as far as, in August 18th, we have our big fundraiser. It's a basket bash.
Okay.
And it will be held at the Luzerne site. And this year we're going to have a spaghetti dinner with that.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll sell probably hot sausage sandwiches, a few things like that. And we have a Polish band, too. And that really, we just started that. We used to have these big festivals years ago.
Yeah, the church fetes,
the
yeah.
Polish, the music. So
So that's great to hear. So now let's get back to what's going on for the Taste and Tour. How can people get tickets?
All right, that's important. We are taking reservations ahead of time. So you can call our church office, and the number there is 724-479-9542. And you can make a reservation that way. We highly suggest that you make a reservation. We may have a few tickets available that day at the door. But yes.
Last year was a really popular event.
It was there. We were sold out. Actually, we had even more people wanting to come.
Turn away audience. Isn't that wonderful for a fundraiser? I mean, it's bad that you're not getting the additional funds for what's needed, but it's great that it was so popular of an idea. And
right.
a lot of people started saying, "Hey, we were there last year. We want to be there again this year."
I hope so. And
Okay.
the idea too, like we say, it's a fundraiser, but it's more of just a way to get together and share. Like we said, break bread with each other.
And this is open to everybody, not just the church members.
Oh no, everybody.
So that's great to hear as well. And again, the church phone number to get more information to make that reservation?
It's 724-479-9542. And if they don't answer, you can leave a message.
Just leave a message, okay. And the rest of the nitty-gritty, it is noon to 3 on what day again?
Sunday, June 9th.
Sunday, June 9th. So you want to make that reservation now because they need to know how many seats to put out.
Right.
Excellent. Well, we're just about out of time, Terri, but you know what? It's great. That's a great idea. Hopefully a lot of people get to come by and see this and taste the traditions of the people of the great community of Coral. Thank you very much for joining us on Indiana in the Morning, and we hope that the fundraiser for Our Lady of the Assumption goes very well. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, too.
Thanks again. Terri Tedeschi joining us this morning on Indiana in the Morning to talk about the Taste and Tour coming up at Our Lady of the Assumption Parish in Coral. And our interview segment brought to you by Marcus and Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. And we do want to mention that if you missed any of that interview, you can check it out online. It's on our Facebook page, live stream at WCCSradio.com. Our Facebook Live coverage always brought to you by S&T Bank. They're great people for being able to sponsor that.